Alina Habba made the mistake. I always start a sentence with Alina Habba made a mistake and called out Cory Booker, Senator, my home state of New Jersey. Cory Booker's response, I'm going to break the 70-year record of Strom Thurmand on the Senate floor and give a 25-hour nonstop speech. On the one hand, Strom Thurmand talking against civil rights. On the other hand, a proud Black American senator, Cory Booker, showing what Democrats are made of, showing we got a high motor, showing that we're ready to go. We're fired up and ready to go for the midterms. Think about all this that happened and the Republicans looking at it in the same 48-hour period. Donald Trump declares that we're going to be liberated from our economy. At the same time, Cory Booker, 25 hours on his feet, looking great, by the way, in that suit, on the Senate floor. At the same time, we cut in half the lead for Donald Trump in Florida, of all places, in special elections. And we win the Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin that Elon Musk thought he had bought and paid for $20 million. Wrong. Great week for the Democrats. And it bodes well for the midterms. Speaking of the midweek edition of Legal AF was just this Wednesday. And here's a clip. Speaking of a practice test run, how much of Cory Booker's filibusterish thing did you watch?
I mean, I got a chance to tune into some of that was amazing. His energy level. First of all, how he could be that energetic for so long was amazing. And, gosh, he had so many inspirational messages in there about what he felt like he was doing was inadequate and how we all felt, though, that what he was doing meant so much. And in particular, his really call for he was doing this to protect people's healthcare, from slashing Medicaid. That is the moral, ethical, right thing to do is stand up for people who are going through health struggles, right? They're needing their heart surgeries, they're needing their cancer treatments, and they're scared that, Project 2025, their goal is to slash Medicaid. They've already eliminated Department of Education, which was their goal. Medicaid is next. So good for Senator Cory Booker. He got so much attention for that. And that is what Democrats need to do, is get attention, because pretty much anything Trump says get attention because he's so outlandish. Like you said, constitutional, it's a constitutional crisis. It's hard to break through the noise. Democrats are on the right side of history, but if nobody hears us, it doesn't matter. So Senator Cory Booker broke through the noise, and I hope he's just the first of many to do that. It was fantastic. I loved watching it.
And Cory's the right person, right, Senator, for the moment. I mean, he got called out last week by Alina Habba during that press conference in the Rose Garden or wherever it was, where she gets up there. It's as if she just realized that the role of a prosecutor is to go after criminals. Like, okay, well, welcome to planet Earth, Alina. She gets up there, and as the U.S. attorney acting interim for New Jersey, I'm going to be fighting crime and prosecuting criminals. That is your job description. And in the backyard of Cory Booker, here goes the political hack part. What does Cory Booker have to do with the murder rate, which is lower, by the way, in Newark or Hoboken? I mean, what does Cory Booker have to do with, the rise or fall of violent crime in New Jersey? I'll tell you what hasn't happened in New Jersey. School shooting. Okay. A bunch of other bad things haven't happened. Terrorism in New Jersey hasn't happened at the airports, at the ports, at the things that matter to our nation's economy and to our psyche. That hasn't happened. Those are things you can hold the senator responsible for, in terms of the more deliberative body. But he's not fixing. I mean, I know Al D'Amato, the old senator from New York, used to think he was in charge of fixing potholes on the Long Island Expressway. Senator Pothole here. That's not what a senator does. That's what your congressperson does. You got a problem with a garbage truck that idles its engine at 3:00 in the morning. Your baby can't sleep. You don't call the Senator Cory Booker's office. You call your local congressperson or state representative. I mean, this whole Cory Booker thing. And he was like, great, Cory, what am I doing on the check my schedule. What am I doing on April Fool's Day? Am I doing anything? Can you clear out 25 hours for me on my schedule? Because I'm going to put on a very sniffy, spiffy black suit blue suit, and I'm going to get up there. But the best moment is when what's his name? You see, already I'm calling him what's his name? Thank you, Schumer. When Schumer, who's taking a lot of understandable incoming lately, he tried to interject under Robert's rules with a point of order. And I'm not taking any questions right now. I'm sorry. I'm just here to tell you it's a statement. You just passed the record for the longest speech in Senate history, going back to Strom Thurmand. And I'm sure Strom Thurmand I haven't looked it up, but I'm sure it had to do something with keeping Black and white people separate.
Yeah, it was against the Civil Rights Act, evidently.
Right. I didn't even have to look that up. When I hear Strom Thurmand and a 24-hour speech, I'm thinking this isn't going to come out well for Black and brown people. And so to have Cory Booker beat Strom Thurmand, that is a whole nother amazing level of deliciousness.
And against so much of the racism that Trump is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, so definitely.
Cory, it's also a tryout. I mean, we have debates internally about who should be the leading Democratic candidate. Cory Booker is going to want to run. Now, he's just got to get out of the primaries and do well. But this is part of his tryouts about being a leader for the Democratic Party and for the nation. Welcome back. We call that show Legal AF, and now you know why. We do the show every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch Network. You can pick us up in a live recording on YouTube or wherever you pick up audio podcasts from. That could be Spotify or Google or Apple or wherever you get your audio podcast from. If you know everything you need to know about Legal AF, thank you for being part of our audience from the bottom of our heart, really. We're humbled by your moving us up to the top 10 in the world in downloads and views. Really amazing. And we take it seriously with how we curate the channel. If you know everything you need to know about Legal AF, you're here already, help us be our marketing department then. Send that off to people in your life and ask them to join as part of their journey, our journey, and join our audience. We're growing organically. Come over to Legal AF, the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button as we do our march for 1 million before our 1-year birthday. Before we're toddlers, we want to have 1 million subscribers, and we're well on our way. So until my next reporting, my next Legal AF hot take on the Midas Touch channel, my next Legal AF hot take on the Legal AF YouTube channel, my next Legal AF, do you see the theme here? My next Legal AF podcast. I'm Michael Popok, and I'm giddy, and I'm reporting. I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event, by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok Firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok Firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.